Muévete en el espejo, muévete en el espejo, enamórate del. Today we have Eddie Choppo. Sorry I said your name, I should let you introduce yourself, but actually I was really excited to interview Eddie Choppo. Asked Jay, they were like, who should we do? I was like, Eddie Choppo, let's get him in here. So I'm glad you're here. I met you, I would say like almost a month ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, like 3 weeks ago.
Time flies.
Yeah. And you were doing a music video for Porte Blindado. Shout out Porte Blindado, they were just here. So tell me about what you do. Tell me who you are. What are you about?
So, as she said, my name is Eddie Choppo. So, I mean, I guess I'm just a guy doing this thing, you know? That's funny. Now that I'm really thinking about it, I don't really know. Like, at the end of the day, like, yes, I'm a music video director. That's what I do. But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm just a person just navigating through life to trying to figure it out, you know? I'm a music video director right now, but I'm just in the music industry, period, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
The storytelling part, right?
Yeah, that's I guess that's my expertise right there, right?
Right.
But yeah, that's what we're doing. We're out here.
So you do music videos. What would you say is like your focus within the music videos? I know right now you've been working with regional Mexican artists.
Yeah. And
then you do also rap music. Would you say regional Mexican is your focus for music videos at the moment?
Honestly, I'm always open to working with everybody and anybody, but luckily, just by default, I don't know if it's the fact that I'm Mexican myself, you know, but I've always, you know, like, I guess, like worked with them from the very beginning. It's always been like just the natural crowd that has always come to me. So like just by nature, it just started picking up right here. And then sure enough, I was working with JD at Inside Patrones. They gave me basically like my first big shot at like a, you know, at working with a superstar, you could say, you know. And from there, it's just been up.
That's hella tight. Shout out JD, Caile JD.
Hell yeah, shout out my homie JD at Inside Patrones and everybody over there, you know. Definitely helped out a lot in the career.
Yeah, that's tight. Tell me how you got into video or filmmaking. Did you go to school for that, or did you take any classes, or like when did you pick up a camera for the first time?
When I picked up the camera for the first time, it was actually like in high school, but it was a random one, honestly. It was like, you know how you need an elective to graduate, and my elective, I just chose photography, and it just happened to be that, and it was super easy, like just for me to just go in there. And for some reason, like literally when I picked up the camera, I remember one time we had a project where, excuse me, we had to go out on campus and just, you know, just capture pictures. And my teacher, like after I just took the pictures and shit, he was like, dude, what the fuck? You're always fucking around. Like he was like one of those teachers, you know, just hella straight up, hella cool. Like I would tell him I'm gonna go dish type shit, you know. he was hella cool. But I come back and he looks at my pictures and he's like, dude, you gotta stop fucking around because you're actually pretty good at this. And I was like, really? I was like, I mean, I guess, like, I in my opinion, like, I don't know if it's just, I just like naturally, like, I guess have an angle or an eye for it, but I just thought like, I mean, it's not fucking rocket science, you know, like, and yeah, so, but I never, after that, I graduated, I never really thought anything about it. I never really picked up a camera after that. And then maybe like 2 years later, I've always been into the weed game. And back in the days when I was like 17, 18, me and my boys, we would always go to a bunch of secret sessions, they call them. Not so secret anymore. They're all over the place. But all those like events, all those pop-ups, we would always be there. We would always, you know, be networking, just chopping it up with everybody. And everybody kind of liked us, you know. They knew us on a first name basis and just, you know, just always just chopping it up. And for some reason, I was like, bro, why is there never a camera man in here, you know? I was like, this is some dope ass shit.
Because it's a secret session.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, right?
They're not supposed to be cameras.
Exactly. So I started talking to the dudes. I'm one of the owners. And I'm like, hey, bro, if I got a camera, can I bring it? And he actually liked the idea. He was like, that's actually pretty dope. Like, that'd be cool, you know, to just capture. And sure enough, he let us in. And that it's crazy because the day that I decided to do that, I don't know if you're familiar with Vice, Viceland, and that series or that network. They pulled up to that same exact sesh with their big ass crew, you know. But here I was with my brand new camera that I had just bought, trying to start vlogging, doing like stoner vlogs and shit. And here they are with their big ass crew. And Like at the time, like I said, it was my first time really bringing out the camera and doing shit. I didn't think much of it, but like just to see them like on full like, you know, big mode doing their thing with big ass cameras and shit, you know, like. And at that time, now looking back at it, like it damn near motivated me to be like, damn, I could do some shit with this. If they're here on some shit like that, you know,
right?
Like who's to say I can't? And yeah, ever since then, like we just started doing a bunch of stoner vlogs. That one actually got like almost like 10,000 views on YouTube. At the time, like YouTube hella allowed like a bunch of weed content because it was still hella like it was like 2015ish, and yeah, we got like 10,000 views. Hella people from all over the world were like commenting on it.
Dang.
It was hella funny. They were like, "Oh, bro, like shut up from Germany. We can't wait to one day visit California, you know, to smoke up some Caile weed." And that shit was dope. But after that, I kind of just took it from there, and I realized I was like, if I'm doing all these vlogs, we had like I want to say like 10, 15 vlogs then at the time. I started looking, just thinking more. You know, I was like, I spent like probably like $2,000, $3,000 on the whole little camera setup. Mm-hmm. And at the time, it was a lot of money for me, you know?
Right.
So I'm just thinking like, fuck, how do I make more money? Because the videos weren't making me money, you know? They were just like, it's cool to get views on YouTube and shit. It's cool to like build a little something, but at the end of the day, you know, you're trying to get paid.
Right.
And I started thinking, I was like, well, shit. I could shoot a music video. I'm pretty sure. Like I was just saying because I've always been into music videos. But subconsciously never really thought about becoming a director. Mm-hmm. And I would always pay attention to like who the directors were, like at the start or ending of their video, their little directed by and whoopty whoop. I would always pay attention, and I would always keep it in the back of my head too, like, oh, this director's dope. And I would always think like that, like for some reason, like I know that guy's talented. And so. Once I got the idea of shooting music videos, I would just try to kind of emulate whatever these guys do, and you know, try to do a style similar with the whoop, and then slowly but surely build your own style, and then yeah, just watching a bunch of YouTube videos really just helped me out, and then boom.
So that's your education, YouTube University,
and
just doing it, being out in the field, right?
Yeah.
I feel like your videos, when I watch them, they're like some of the highest production that I've seen like ever. Even not just here in the Bay Area or in LA, just like in general, I feel like you have really, really good production value.
Appreciate that.
And obviously you're super talented, right? But I feel like sometimes talent only gets you part of the way there. So what would you say got you like the rest of the way to where you are today? I mean, as far as like emulating the style. But what about like your networking or the way, do you reach out to people, like the way you respond to, I guess at the admin, I'm so passionate about admin. It's like the most boring part, but it's so important, right?
100%.
The follow through, like being responsive, being personable with people.
Yeah.
What can your advice be maybe for like a young videographer, not in age, but someone that's starting out and that's looking to get where you are at or where you're going?
Definitely it is, like you said, just being responsible and definitely following up with all your clients and just always being on top of stuff, man. You never want to be that videographer that's, you know, always being hit up like, hey, where's my video? Where's this? Where's that? Definitely network. Don't ever stop. Don't ever like no matter what, to this fucking day, I'll still go to somewhere and do something for free if it means shaking the right hand. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day. Yeah, you're never too big, or you know, you're never good enough to be better. That's just my thing. You know, at the end of the day, like you can always get better. Who's to say tomorrow might be your biggest break? You know, so at the end of the day, never stop DMing people. Keep hitting them up. Do whatever you got to do. It's a tough sport. I'll tell you that. Like. Videography is probably one of especially if you want to be a music video director, this shit ain't it's not easy because at the end of the day, you're competing with a bunch of people who are just as hungry as you are, just as passionate. I mean, music is one thing that everyone loves, you know, it's just like as a videographer, as a music video director, of course you love music. That's why you want to be a music video director, you know?
Right.
And the passion and the drive you have to be like a successful person in the music industry is it's like you have to be, for example, my philosophy is there's always someone working harder than me, and I can't let that happen, you know? So if you just stay with that mentality, I feel like at the end of the day, like, you know, you'll pave your own way. Everyone has a different path, you know, I think personally.
Dang, I can appreciate that. What would you say, like now music videos, were like super popping, right? Like in the 90s, MTV, or like when I would come home from school, the thing I would look forward to the most was going home and watching CMC. And it would be like Rock the Boat was always on CMC. And I would remember just watching the music videos. It would be like Fat Joe and Ashanti, That's Love. That was like on rotation every day. And now it's like we don't have MTV, right? You have to go online, look for the video. So you're kind of like in this lane where it's not the most popular thing, especially now also with like TikTok and Instagram. Yeah. Artists can build their whole brand on there and they don't really need to rely on a music video. So how do you navigate that part of it?
Well, yeah, you're 100% right. Like the industry changes and it's still going to change. It's going to forever change. You know, at the end of the day, I'm going to be honest with you. With AI, it's kind of crazy.
I was just going to ask you that. I'm like, and not to mention AI, right?
Yeah. And that's just a trip. Like, especially like in our lane where we're at, where everything's digital, you know, and if you can just tell a computer, nowadays with your phone, you can scan your face and make a 3D fucking version of yourself, plug it into the computer. What's to say that there won't be an AI that you just plug in that little fake version of you and it'll make a perfect music video, you know? That's why it's just always being ahead of the curve, like I said, and like I know that's gonna happen. You know, at the end of the day, there's no and there's no stopping it. Like, you know, people are talking about like the strike in Hollywood about the writers. Like at the end of the day, dude, it is what it is, man. It sucks, but it is what it is. There's gonna be an AI thing that's gonna write something better than what you are, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, we're just here, just working as hard as we can. You know, like what can we do about it? That's another big reason why I feel like just production value period has fallen over the years. Like you said, it's just accessibility. That's all it is. At the end of the day, it's accessibility. And when I started 4 or 5 years ago, it wasn't so accessible. And now, I mean, shit, you got a bunch of videographers, you got a bunch of people. When I was starting off, the cameras weren't as good as they are now. And that was only like 45 years ago.
Right.
And now you pick up a camera and it'll shoot you some decent shit. You know, you don't even gotta really know how to do much. And then like at the end of the day, it's more so understanding it. And that's one thing that I'm still learning myself. Because it's not like trying to fight it. It's just understanding it. You know, like
submitting to the whatever is happening, right?
Yeah. Like you mentioned TikTok, for example, and how like the artists nowadays can just make a whole brand for themselves just on TikTok, and you're absolutely right. But as a videographer, that's where you come in and you help in a different way. You know, instead of maybe the new thing is just short form content, quick content. Maybe instead of shooting music videos, you do live performances in vivos. That's what like with the Mexican regional thing. That's one of the most popular things in videos right now is just in vivos. For the most part, everyone's just shooting in vivos. You'll get your superstars shooting official music videos, you know.
Right.
But if you pay attention, most of them are shooting in vivos because it's quick, it's easy, it's cheaper, and at the end of the day, they get just as much views. And it is what it is, you know.
Exactly. So just adapt to the times, right?
100%.
It's funny that you talk about AI. And then going back to like the networking aspect is like networking definitely saves you from being chose over the AI, right? Or from them choosing the AI over you. Yeah. When you do that networking and create that community and that trust with people, 100%. There's definitely like they're going to choose you over the AI any day.
Yeah, I guess you're right? That's always been my thing too, is like I always like, not only do I want to be a videographer, but I've always wanted to like brand myself.
Right.
Like Eddie Choppo is a person. This is the social media person that is a director. That's what I'm known for. But I'm also like my own person also, you know.
What else do you have going on besides the music videos? Because I've heard you talk about like a music label. You also have like you kind of have your own production on your Instagram where you talk about like the making of your videos, which I really like. I really like those. I feel like that's super cool to be able to see behind the scenes and meet the people that are making it happen. That's kind of like the idea for this, you know, is like it's the performing artists are not the only artists that go into the entire production. There's other elements. So what else do you have going on besides that?
Well, aside from just being a music video director, we have our El Barrio label. I don't know if you heard about that.
No, I've never heard it. I was hoping you could tell me about it.
So basically me, my boy Stewie, and Mota Media. Shout out to y'all. You already know.
Caile, Mota Media, Stewie.
Yes, sir. Yeah. You need to bring them.
Yeah, let's go.
For sure. They're definitely like some pioneers of the video stuff out here, you know. But aside from that, yeah, so we have El Barrio. It's basically like an independent label / platform for Latino artists. Basically, everyone and anyone from out here has a music video on El Barrio if you do corridos, you know? And so that's what we basically built a platform for basically anybody who isn't signed to a label, you know? Because at the end of the day, where are you going to post your stuff if you're not signed to a label? And yeah, it's cool to just post it on your own channel, but wouldn't you rather have a platform where a bunch of artists post and then you guys build a network of people where your fans can now be fans of the other grupo, you know, and what you have, and just at the end of the day, like you said, network, you know? So we have that going on. We have a couple artists under us that are signed independently, meaning that we just distribute their music on Apple Music and Spotify and all that. We handle that, and then they just handle the music making part. Anything after that is on them. It's 80-20. We only keep 20%, and then we just teach them how to make money, basically.
That's so cool.
With their music. But other than that, haven't told nobody yet, but I'm working on a cologne brand.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I'm
actually the exclusive.
Yeah. I'm making a cologne. It's gonna be called Esencia Maya, and I want to be the first Mexican American to make like a luxury brand cologne. You know?
Oh shit!
Yeah,
that's tight.
Yeah, I haven't really I don't even tell like my friends about this shit, but it's just like something that I want to just put out there so y'all can para que estén pendientes. You already know.
Period. Is it gonna be a unisex cologne, or are you gonna have a girls and a guys?
See, that's where I'm at right now. I don't know. So I've asked myself that already, and I don't know if it's like economically smarter to make a unisex so you can sell to both. Or if it's like on the other side, like you're gonna make more money just selling a girl one and a guy one, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm right now. I'm still like I just got my mold for the bottle.
Wow.
It's fucking dope. I'll show you after this. I don't want to show them yet.
Dang. So you're really you're working on that.
Yeah, like I'm
and
really.
And he's shooting the music videos.
Yeah.
Hey, put some respect on this man's name. God, that's a huge project.
Yeah, it's huge, and it's cool because it's something new, something that I'm teaching myself, and just like a new thing that one thing about me is I've always wanted to do something that nobody does, you know? And that's one thing that I thought about.
That's tight.
I spend my fucking head all day thinking, you know?
Yeah.
And that was that one thing I was like, nobody's done this shit yet.
And scent is really important. Like, if there's a scent tied to a memory, it's like 100% more probable that you'll remember what was happening. So scent is like a really important part of like the senses. One. Yeah.
I'm trying to throw that in there with like a slogan or something.
Yeah, definitely. So how are you choosing the scents for your essence?
Basically what I'm doing is I'm already a cologne guy, you know, so I have a bunch of other colognes at the house that I just like, and I'm picking a couple of them that I really like the smell of, and I want to make something similar, because at the end of the day, I'm new to this. This is gonna be my first cologne. I don't want to make something new. I just want to use something that already works. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? Amen. And yeah, so I want to do something that people like, something that people will wear to the club, something that is long lasting. You know, I like everything I do is like I want to make it quality. That's why this might take a little bit. It's not gonna be. It probably won't be here in 6 months, or maybe it will. You know. But,
right. Probably not. I mean, that's a huge project.
Yeah.
You gotta make sure it's not poisonous.
Yeah, all that.
You gotta make sure people aren't knocking out as soon as they spray it. Like that shit, everything has to be like perfect. When people are applying it to their body, it's like a huge responsibility.
Yeah, 100%. You're absolutely right. And that's another thing too, is like I want to make sure that like there's no problems with like lawsuits or anything. You know, like
right.
I'm pretty sure I haven't looked into it that deep, but I'm pretty sure you have to probably even send it out to like some lab to get it like approved, like this is safe for the skin or something.
Well, the lab is who makes it damn near. They make it in like a facility kind of like lab. That's so cool. Hell yeah. I can appreciate that.
Yeah. And then, other than that, man, we're just out here just working.
Just making it happen.
Just making it happen, yeah. One way or another.
Okay, so you get to work around a lot of artists, right? And you see people's personalities and stuff like that. So what would be like your advice to artists in general? I mean, even to artists that are like in the music videos, because you get to be on the other side. Do you have any advice for people? Don't get too drunk. Answer your phone. Spit out your gum.
All that.
Don't have an attitude. Eat before you come to the shoot.
All that. all that. Yeah, you got it on point. And be on time. Fuck. Oh my God. I can't explain to you how many times like so many videos have gone to shit just because a person is like 30 minutes to an hour late. That'll sabotage the whole fucking day, man.
Anybody in filmmaking knows if you're on time, you're late.
Facts.
If you're on time, you're late for anything where you're shooting something. If you're on time, you're already 10, 20, 15 minutes late.
Facts. And that's the thing about me too. I just like being on time. Like today, I was fucking like early. Like, you know, like,
yeah, I appreciate that. And then what about like people's personalities on camera? I feel like recently I've been around like a lot of NPCs, like non-player characters. So I feel like you get to see that, right?
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a lot of people. It's crazy. You get to see like how people act for like their fans and how people are
in real life.
100%.
We want to see the real life people in front of the camera, right?
Yeah.
That's always better.
100%. Yeah.
Than the character.
Yeah, for sure. But you know what's crazy is like for the most part, as far as like my experiences have taken me, I can say that for the most part, everybody that I meet is actually like genuine for the most part. Like their personalities are really who they are in and out of the camera, like on and off social media, you know, like I've been around some people that are like actually fucking genuine, and it's kind of crazy. Like it's like if you were to ask me right now off the top of my head, like if there's anybody that doesn't really act how they act in the corrido industry, I can't really tell you.
Viva Mexico.
Yeah, fact. For real.
That's why, because we Mexicans, you don't have a choice.
Yeah, we're straight up about shit.
Oh, he said, how about the rappers?
How about the rappers? The rappers are a different story, man. We ain't gonna get into that.
Hey, well, thank you so much for coming on our podcast today. It was a pleasure having you.
Oh, thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Pleasure being here. I love the setup. And
thank you, Eddie. Despídete.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Eddie Choppo over here. You guys can follow me on Instagram at Eddie Choppo. Follow the label, El Barrio, at elbarrio.official. And yeah, man, stay tuned. We got a bunch of stuff in the works. We're always working. We're never just chilling. And man, yeah, I mean, you guys will just see it.
Let's
leave it at that.
Muévete en el espejo, enamórate del